So Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, the bonds to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutation to you brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. So coming back off where I left at is that what's happening since even if you had a lot of people working, which I believe there's still like over 180,000 people, 180 million people working, or maybe more or less, give or take. Um, but what's happening is that these people are working, they're getting paid, and more likely have direct deposit and their money goes straight to the bank. Well, what's happening is that people are pulling that money out of the bank, and the bank doesn't have that money. When you go put money into a bank, what if it's Bank of America? What if it was Silicon Valley? What if it's a credit union? What if it's whatever bank you put your money in? That bank doesn't necessarily have that money anymore because they use that money for other things, to buy assets, to uh, to put it somewhere where it's gonna start making them more money. But that's why it takes a while for them to even access money and give it to you like cash. And if it's a lump sum amount, it's very difficult for them to give that to you because in actuality they don't have it. Like there was a so-called black man who walked inside of a bank and he wanted to pull out $100,000, and that was a process he had to go through just to pull out the $100,000, just to pull out his own money that he worked for and that he worked hard for. It was difficult for him to pull it out because it goes to show you, one, when you put your money in a bank, you have no control over what they're doing with your money, and two, you have no control over when and how they're going to give you back your money. So it becomes a big problem, right? And that's about to become a big problem with a lot of people when they start to announce that they're shutting down banks. It's going to be very hard and difficult for you to get to your job. I mean, your money. It's going to be very difficult. And if you can't access your money, that means you can't do what? You can't pay rent, you can't pay your water, you can't pay your car note, you can't pay your insurance, you can't go buy food. It'll get real bad, right? And people who do have money within the bank, um, that's over $1 million, the FDIC, I believe it's called the FDIC, will only cover a certain amount of money, depending on uh, where you put your money. Depending on where you put your money, it just all depends. So, and the FDIC means the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. So that insurance that the bank have is what protects some of your assets and not all of them. So you're gonna run into a lot of problems. So let's get back into these articles and then get a couple scriptures on it, right? So it says, this article going back into Walmart says the big box retailer let go hundreds of employees in center locations in New Jersey, Texas, California, Florida, Pen, uh, Pennsylvania, Slovakia, according to a report from Reuters, which says the cuts came from a reduction in evening and weekend shifts. According to a WARN notice filed in New Jersey in February 2001, employees were impacted by the layoff in a center in a uh, Pedrick town, Slovakia. FN could not find WARN notice filed in other states for the reportedly impacted centers, right? It says in a statement, Walmart confirms it had adjusted staffing levels at fulfillment centers in certain markets to better prepare the future needs of customers. Customer expectations are changing and we are moving quickly to meet and exceed their needs, Walmart said. As demand grows, we are maximizing our network of stores and fulfillment centers to deliver items for online customers when and how they want them. And that's by firing workers, I guess, right? That doesn't make sense, but you know, this is what they're pushing. So let's get another article, right? So that's going into that Walmart. There's more articles. We're going to get them. So this right here, a brother posted, the brother Yawana in the GMS AZ camp. He posted this article. It says Salakia. Amazon has rolled out countless tech to 200 locations, including Paneria calves. So it says March 22, Reuters, Amazon.com Inc. It says Amazon.o palm scanners or cashierless checkout technology is in more than 200 establishments and outside the company, a vice president told Reuters. So one, going back into the Walmart, let's go ahead and get a scripture on that. And then we're going to get a scripture on this. So this is John 9 and 4. This is one that I love grabbing. And this is Yahushua speaking, who you ignorantly call Jesus. Right? Because the letter J wasn't invented until 1524 by a man named Gian Giorgio Trissino. Right? And we know that the letter J is a Greek, it goes back to a Greek word, so it wasn't Jesus Christ. That doesn't make any sense. We're going to say that a Hebrew was given a Greek name. Come on now. And I'm not saying like a Hebrew can't have a Greek name, but I'm talking about a Hebrew, right? A Hebrew Israelite who obviously have a Hebrew name was given a Greek name, right? And that's just his name. No, man. It always have to go back to the original language that was given to the people, and they obviously had an original name that was given to him, right? So no, it wouldn't go back to the Greek language, but Hebrew. So let's keep moving on. John 9 and 4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man shall work. So that's going into the Walmart article, which there's Walmart, there's Amazon, Tesla just laid off some people. You know, these high-class $1 million companies are laying off people. You know, this is something that's been happening. And it's been happening back to back where people are just getting laid off, getting fired, right? So going into this the palm scanner, right? This is actually a prophecy that's which this is one of the biggest prophecies, right? And this is Revelations 13 and 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And you know, there's been demonstrations on that where people are able to make purchases just from the slide of their hand, get into their houses, get into their vehicles just from the slide of their hand. And there's actually companies picking up this same way. Companies are picking up where the vending machines will have it to where you can scan your hand and just, you know, be able to buy get something from the vending machine, right? And then the same I don't know the word specifically, but the same instant is gonna happen within your Circle K's, your QT's, your Fry's, your Walmart, your your electronics store, you're gonna have to slide your hand in order to make a purchase. There's people right now with the chip. There's people right now who are able to make purchases right now to pay for things. It's definitely the new system that is approaching. So, Revelations 13:15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So they're gonna push that chip heavy, man. For them, it's gonna either be follow our way or die. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it from there and bring it back. I'm gonna say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, double unto the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in sincerity. I like to say Shalom.